Hey artist friends, this is Miss Black again with another bi-weekly tutorial. This one is for younger grades, but as always, anybody's welcome to do it. Even those that are doing face-to-face learning, if you log on here and you see a project you want to do it. And show me. I'd love to see it. Anyhow, this is for younger grades, and what we're going to be drawing is a haunted house because Halloween's coming up and it might be a fun project to learn about shapes and different things like that. So what we're going to need is a piece of paper and a pencil to draw with, and then something to color with later. I'm probably going to be using some crayons for this. So I just have my regular printer paper. This is 8.5 by 11, and I just have a regular pencil. So what we're going to do first is we need to make some guidelines. And you could just draw a line with a ruler, but the easiest way is actually to fold and make crease lines because that helps you, figure out where to start and stop. So I'm going to fold this like so. And you see that when I open it back up, there's a line right there. And that's one of the guidelines that we will use. We're going to turn it this way and we're going to do the same thing right here. Excuse me. So we've got one going that way, one going that way. And we're actually also, you can decide what side. I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to fold this edge to this crease right here. And that's going to give me another guideline. Okay. So here we are. Excuse me. So this is going to be, I want you to think about this as one paper first. This is where we're going to draw the house, and then over here is sort of where like the grass or like anything else you might want to add that might be outside of the house. So let's think about it that way. We're going to start here, and right here we are going to draw not all the way to this line here, but a little bit over, maybe like a finger's length over. And we are going maybe 3 fingers up to start with. So 3 fingers up and then a finger over. So about right here, I'm going to draw a line and it's going to cut across this guideline right here. And it's not quite going to go to the edge there either. So right there. And then I'm going to go up on both sides, and I'm going to make a shape, and this shape is called a rectangle, if you didn't already know. So we've got this really long rectangle, and we're also going to draw a really long rectangle, but on this side going up. So I'm going to start here, not quite to the very edge, but maybe just like a little bit over, and I'm going to draw a big long line. It's going to cross over this guideline. And it's okay if it's not completely straight. This is supposed to be an old haunted house, so if it looks a little bit rocky, that's okay. Okay, so my line there is not completely straight, and that's okay. So I've got this rectangle here. Okay, and then on top of this rectangle, we're going to draw a triangle, which has 3 sides. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and this is kind of like the chimney for the house. Okay, so from this point, we're going to draw the part of the house that you'd walk into. So I would start, so we see this guideline here. I'm going to go down a little bit below it, starting over here on this chimney, and very lightly I'm going to draw a line that goes to about right here. And then I'm going to angle down, and I'm going to finish this. It's as if I took like a triangle off of a rectangle. And I'll bring it back to that chimney looking thing right there. And then right here, I'm going to draw a line that goes to the other rectangle. So we've got a long rectangle at the bottom. We've got a long rectangle going up. We've got a triangle on top of that one. And now we've got a semi-long very skinny rectangle that's got a corner taken off of it and a line going down. Okay, so now we are going to draw another triangle. It's going to sort of be on either side of this guideline right here. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to draw a triangle that goes up to that guideline. You can make this wider if you want. If you want to bring it to there, you could. Maybe I kind of like that better, so I'm going to do that. However, whatever way you want to draw your triangle, or I mean, however wide you want to draw your triangle, you're welcome to do that. Okay, and make sure you're drawing with pencil because you can erase some of these things. If you don't have a pencil, then you can actually cover over this with what we're coloring. Anyway, just as long as you're not drawing too darkly. So from here, I'm going to draw the sides of the doors. So I'm going to go underneath that triangle and draw a line from the bottom of the triangle to that first rectangle we drew on this side and on this side in the same type of place. And we're going to draw another one inside of it in this square that we've made. So we've drawn a square kind of, and we've drawn two lines inside of it. So this is kind of like where you would go inside the house. Okay. All right. And then also we've got this thing here. It's kind of like the thing that catches the rain and makes it go down the house. So we're going to draw that. And then the next step is we're going to draw another layer to this house. The house isn't just this little thing with a big long chimney. We're going to draw another layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like this line jumped and skipped above this rectangle thing that we drew. And you're going to draw a line of going over this guideline again. And then you're going to draw a similar type roof. This is like a little roof here. You're going to draw a similar one over here. So I'm going to bring it out to about the same place, bring it to that chimney, and then I'm going to kind of skip up a little bit more for the very top of that roof, cross over this guideline again, and then to maybe about right here, I'm going to draw a line that curves into that one right there. And I'm going to draw another one of these drain things right here. Okay, so our house is already starting to look like a mansion, really. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw another very small layer above this one. And it's going to be right here, so we're going to just draw a square right here. Square has four sides like a rectangle, except it's not long. Rectangle is kind of like a long square. And then we're going to draw another triangle above that square, like this one. So we've got so many shapes, and then you're going to draw a little sort of vent right next to it, which is a tiny, teeny rectangle right there. All right, so we finished like the shape of the house. You can erase some of this stuff that overlaps. And then we're just going to fill it with windows and places like that. Now that's up to you, wherever you put the windows, and really whatever shapes you draw for your house is up to you as well. Like if you didn't want to do this long one, you could have made like a short one. You're the artist here. You can draw it however you want. But I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw a door. So a door is going to be like a rectangle. If you look at the door to your house, it's shaped like a rectangle. And I'm going to draw maybe a window above it. You can draw little window panes. So like the little T's that you see in windows all the time. This is on my door at home, so I'm just going to draw this. I've got like a window in my door, and there's a doorknob. And then there you could draw windows. So that's these squares. You don't have to do squares though. You could do any shape you want for your windows. I'm just going to do squares. And some window panes. That's like this T thing right here. There's a window. It's like the window panes. Panes of glass. Okay, so we got windows there. We need windows up here. You got to think about a haunted house. Okay, it's not going to look completely nice. You might see some types of windows that are boarded up. So I'm going to draw this window here, but I'm also going to draw as if boards were on top of it. So little rectangles, and then I'll erase inside those rectangles, and it looks like that window's boarded up. Maybe we've got a few windows here. And then maybe a window here. I like that boarded up look though, so I think I'm going to draw boards over this one. Maybe there's a board there. So I'll erase in front of it. So like a haunted house isn't going to look like a really new luxurious mansion. It's going to look like it's been beat up a little bit, right? I got those windows. We could draw another window up here. Maybe this one. Oh, I forgot these window panes. Hold on. There we go. We could draw another window up here because it's like kind of like this is the second layer or the second level of this house. Maybe this one isn't boarded up though. And then what we could do is add, maybe there's like another layer to this one. Oops. And then maybe there's another window here on top of that one. So maybe there's like another staircase that brings you up here and to there. And let's see, this is a roof, so you could draw like shingles on the roof. But maybe some of them are missing because it's an old house. There's some shingles here. I'm going to have that one missing one. Okay. We've got that. So this is kind of just, you're designing this really spooky looking house. And then we could put a window here. Maybe there's shingles here. And here too, because it's a roof. Shingles kind of help the rain and anything like that stay out of the house. Okay, and then think about, hey, is this house made of wood, brick? I tried to say wood and brick at the same time and it turned into brook. But you're going to think about, is this house made of brick? Is it made out of wood? And you could draw brick on the house. You could draw brick maybe right here. Maybe this is all brick right here. So I'm going to draw brick design, not a brook design. Which is really fun to draw. I've always had fun drawing bricks. This is kind of like a fence, I think. And then you're going to think about the background as well. So is there a moon in the sky? And this line would be a really good place to put like a horizon line. You could follow that, or you could decide to follow the movement of that line somewhere else and kind of show where your sky is meeting your ground. So this is sky, this is ground, right? You could draw some trees out here, maybe some grass. Maybe there's a big spooky tree right here. Big spooky tree. You could draw a moon. I'm going to draw my moon over here. You could decide, is it a full moon, half moon, crescent moon? I think it should be full in mine. I'm going to draw a moon over here. And then maybe this house lives next to a graveyard. So maybe there's some gravestones over here. And most gravestones say R.I.P. Oh, that's R.I.R. I know how to write a letter P. R.I.P. for rest in peace. Maybe you could draw some other trees off into the distance. I'm just doing some little scribbles because it's not close up. Some grass would be a good idea. So you could draw more grass zigzags. Ooh, you know what might be a good idea is this is probably blocked off by a fence. So I'm going to draw a little fence. Anyway, so you're going to think about all these different things, and then after you're done with that, you're going to color it. You could also think, hey, is there anything inside these windows? So maybe in one of these windows, there's a cat. Are any of these windows on? Or sorry, are any of these lights on? So maybe there's a cat there. Maybe there's some bats out in the sky. And bats are just basically just like a letter N with a bunch of little, what would you even call that? Little bumps on the bottom. Okay. So it's a spooky house, and you're kind of just creating your own. Now once you're done with that, I would suggest getting a black crayon or a black marker, anything, or a pen if you have a pen, and going over your lines in black just to help them show up a little bit better. Let me find my black here. Where is it? Here it is. And it's going to make it show up really nicely. And then the very last thing is you're just going to color it. So I'm going to finish this, and then I will post a picture of my finished one on the website. I hope you guys have a lot of fun doing this. I hope you had fun working along with me. And just as always, remember, if you feel like I'm going too fast ever, you can always pause it and start it again later. Have fun, you guys. Thank you.